The workplaces were no good, dusty and, everything like that, but it was a norm. It was what everyone was doing.
So it's like working in third world conditions.
How can that happen in Australia?
Sadly, it does. Unfortunately, commercial greed prevails.
It's a lethal combination. A relatively new, highly promoted product in a largely unregulated industry with deadly side effects.
In my opinion, this is one of the worst industrial disasters in Australian history.
Engineered stone, the popular, fashionable material for bathrooms and kitchens, has hidden dangers for the workers who cut it, with a surge in cases of the incurable lung disease, silicosis.
The stone benchtop industry, if you were trying to design the optimal conditions to actually cause silicosis, would essentially be the environment that these workers have been in since the early 2000s.
A national dust disease taskforce report has now put the industry on notice.
For many, it's too little too late, but we have to take a bit of a pause and ensure that the right thing is now being done.
Tristan Wilson is testament to the insidious nature of engineered stone dust.
I have accelerated silicosis with progressive massive fibrosis, which in turn means eventually I'm going to need to get a double lung transplant.
Look at you.
The young father only worked in the industry for 5 years before he was diagnosed with a potentially deadly lung disease. He's in the early stages of silicosis, but faces an uncertain future.
You're just living life on eggshells, because at any point in time, you could go to a doctor and they could say, hey, you're in trouble.
The breathlessness at stages is just insane. If you have a good cough, it takes you the next sort of 10 minutes to get your breath back.
Carl Hansen has a more advanced stage of the disease, the result of working more than 13 years with engineered stone, often in dusty conditions.
I've got 3 to 7 before I need a lung transplant. There's no guarantees after the lung transplant. They're saying that I've got 5 to possibly 15 years left.
There's been a dereliction of duty at so many levels, from employers, from stone manufacturers and suppliers, and government agencies.
Engineered stone workers are at risk of breathing in silica dust, which can damage their lungs.
There has been an official health and safety crackdown on engineered stone in some states over the past 18 months, but a national task force has found its effectiveness is unclear. This extremely dusty, more dangerous type of dry processing has now been banned in many states, but its deadly legacy continues.
Our research shows that prior to 2018, only 3% of workers had not worked in an environment where dry processing was occurring.
Dr. Ryan Hoy has been screening workers in the industry in Victoria over the past 2 years. More than 1 in 5 workers were found to have silicosis.
This is an industry which is a relatively small industry. These are small businesses that may only employ 3 to 20 workers, and the attention on this industry has been really lacking for many, many years.
And the official number of workers in this industry with silicosis has nearly doubled nationally in less than 2 years. In September 2019, a 7:30 analysis revealed 260 cases across Australia, mainly in the eastern states. By May this year, the number had blown out to 470, with at least 9 confirmed deaths, although Queensland will not release its fatality figures.
I think that the number of deaths from silicosis is likely to be significantly higher than 9. And I think, tragically, that number is going to increase significantly over the next several decades.
A national task force has recommended the introduction of a federal licensing scheme to ensure the stone is cut safely. But it also says it will recommend a ban on the product if there's no improvement over the next 3 years.
I don't think it's good enough. I think more should have been done, say 5-6 years ago. Even then it would have been a little bit too late for a lot of people, but it would have been the start of something.
Caesarstone, the original port surface.
The peak body representing the suppliers of engineered stone has declined to be interviewed, but one of its members, Caesarstone, told 730 it supports in principle the taskforce's recommendations. But Carl Hansen sees this as an opportunity lost.
I really get the feeling that we should be pushing towards a ban on the man-made products. Yeah, it's cheap, it looks great, all that sort of stuff, but there's some cheap marble and granites out there as well.
Since his diagnosis, Tristan Wilson's employer has moved him to design work. He's engaged lawyers to secure compensation, but that will be cold comfort.
These are people's lives. Like, people are going to die from this condition, and how much money do you put on someone's life?
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.